What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Inside Out Football. I'm so glad that you guys are back watching another video, because if you don't watch another video, I'll come to your house and then make sure that your screen is with our channel on it. But I'm so excited to get started with this episode. We have a new guest on the show. Like always, I love bringing you guys guests until the season starts back again and we start making videos with Leo. Of course, we're gonna keep doing this and all. But I have on the show today Pac Northwest ECNL and newcomer of Utah Tech University, Jason Buezo. What's going on, bro?
What's up, man?
Oh, bro, like go feel comfortable, bro. Move it around how you want now.
Alright then.
Yeah. How do you feel, bro?
I'm good, bro. I've been just chilling, living my life, whatnot, and just doing whatever I can to get better and get noticed,
Yeah. How do we feel? What is it called? Of course, we just committed to Utah Tech. How do we feel about that? Just the commitment.
It was like surreal. I took so much time into making sure like I was going to the right place, like making sure that like I was in the right environment.
Yeah.
I committed pretty late to most people.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really worried about like the school part, because I had like offers like on the table like year round and whatnot. But I was just making sure like I was going to the right spot and going to the right school. Like when I took all my visits, I went to the schools I wanted to go look at and go see, and I really like the location. I really like the team and how like the school is set up. So I felt like it was just like the right fit for me.
So to start the movie from the very start, we gotta go all the way back to where it all began. Where did you start playing football?
So I started playing soccer around 7, but I didn't play on the field up until I was 12. Middle of 7th grade is when I made the switch. I used to play goalkeeper.
Oh, you were a keeper?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
People can back me up on this too. I'm not even trying to front, but I was a goalie, and I played on Kent United. It's not a team anymore, but it was a team at the time. I played with them because I had family friends that were on the team, and so I went and played with them. All my friends and shit were on it. It was pretty fun. And I was actually pretty decent at goalie. I wasn't bad, but I wasn't oh wow. But I got pretty bored of being in the goal so much. I hated just standing in the cold and in the rain. And then my team was getting disbanded, and people were leaving to pack. Yater and Efren were on my team at one point. They both left.
Yater and
Efren,
okay, they both left.
They were both on our team, and they both left. And then everyone's our team started disbanding. Marco was on our team too. People were leaving in and out, and we were I was yeah, I have to make the switch. And I also didn't want to be goalie anymore, so I went and tried out at Pac. I was at Pac right when I started soccer, but I was only there for a brief time, so they knew me already, but they didn't know what had happened to me. Yeah. And they saw me at tryouts as a field player, and then they're okay, let's see what he has.
Where as a field player though?
I started at holding mid.
Okay.
And so that was 7th going to 8th grade. I made the lowest team. I'm not even kidding. The lowest team. I think it was the 5th team. Yeah. And then I got moved up in that same year all the way up into the A team in 1 year. And I was just trying working my ass off. My brother played at Pac, my younger brother, so I was always there early because my mom wouldn't go there and back to our house and whatnot. And so I was always there at Starfire. There was always, the pavilion was always open, so I was just working on stuff I felt I needed to work on. Yeah. And then I wasn't a forward yet, so I was just working on technique and opening my hips, checking my shoulder and whatnot. And yeah, that's how it all started to come out.
How was what is it called, that first moment just getting to play soccer, what is it called, club soccer, as a kid, of course, when now you're a bit more grown, it's maybe hard to recall certain stuff, but do you recall maybe just the feeling of being there, I'm there, were you nervous, what is it called, when you're you had the expectations now you have to when you became a field player, when you had the expectation that now you're not a keeper anymore. You have to get into a whole new environment, master a whole totally different skills. How was just your mentality taking it on when you were a kid and all?
I felt I had a chip on my shoulder always, because like people are like, oh, he's switching from goalie to field, it's not gonna work out. Like I had a bunch of people telling me it wasn't gonna work out. Like I should just be goalie, and I was like, hell no, like I don't want to play in the goal anymore. I was sick and tired of it. And so like I tried my ass off. Just like I felt the nerves a bit because like I never had played on the field.
Yeah.
Like I obviously knew how to kick a ball and whatnot, but like I wasn't like the player I am today.
Yeah.
Like not even near that. And so I was very nervous like playing my first couple of games, but then once I like settled in and like started learning like how to move and like get in the spaces and do everything like in the middle, I was getting really adjusted to it, and like I felt like I was progressing really fast. And with the time I would take, like I felt like I always like felt like I was the best player on the field type. Like once those nerves went away, and like once I started playing actually, like and was like comfortable with my teammates, because I had joined like pack like really late, and like so I didn't know any of the kids. Yeah. So like, but once I got in and like settled in, and like did all my stuff, it was like I felt like I was the best player always.
That's a mentality right there. That's a mentality, and you feel like that was just like giving you confidence and all, like fueling you.
Yeah, like I felt like the confidence of everybody looking at me like, oh, this kid like just moved into a field player. Like I felt like that gave me like a little like more energy and like power to like move on and like progress better than these kids that have been playing on the field since they were like 4 or 5.
Yeah. So where are you playing now though?
I play left forward, like anywhere in the forward, and then like anything on the left side.
Yeah, because I went to go see one of your games. You're just balling out on the wing and all.
Yeah. It was a weird switch. Like it was when it was during Crossfire Challenge, and it was like the year before COVID, and I was on the B team at the beginning of the year, and I got moved up to the ECNL my sophomore, like going into my sophomore year. It was during Crossfire Challenge, and we were in like the first bracket, and our forward at the time, I don't even remember who this kid is anymore. Like I forget. He was gone. So our coach was like, we just need a forward, and we had another center mid, like a holding mid on the team, but he was the bench player because I was the starting center mid at the time. Okay. And I was like I can try, like I can go up there and just try my best, and then. That tournament, I scored like 12 goals. Like I'm not even kidding. Like I
what? Them 3 days tournament? What?
And we played in the final. And we lost in the first division. Okay. But it was like our ECNL team wasn't even in the final. Like they had lost. Oh, wow. I think they got kicked out by like Premier, and we made the final. Like the second team, and we lost. We got smacked in the final, but it didn't matter. Like it was like something that I learned from, and then that year I just stayed forward the rest of the year.
Was it like yourself, you were like, yo coach, I'm trying to stay forward, or was he like, man, you did so well, I want you up there?
The coach I had at the time his name is Eugene. Like shout out him.
Eugene?
Yeah, Eugene.
That was Coach Eugene? Yeah. Oh yeah, he coached me last season.
Yeah, he was the coach at the time, and I was like, I don't like forward, like can I just go back to the middle? He was like no, you're staying up top. And I was like, okay. And that year was probably like maybe the most fun. Like, well, I have like hella fun now, but that season was probably like the most fun I had like playing soccer in a really long time. Cause like I was balling out. Like he can even back me up. I was scoring like 3-4 goals a game, and I was like kicking ass in that like RCL league. And then like it got me noticed to the point where I got moved up to ECNL, and I've stayed there ever since.
So wait, you know that man is a baller though.
Yeah, no.
Oh, he's a baller.
Yeah, no, I know he is, bro. We would play 2-touch, and he would always kick my ass.
But you see now, like I want to know, like what was it like being coached by Eugene? Because I just know like what it's like to be coached by Eugene from the little time I had with them. But you just like you're talking about like from like your very start you were with them as a younger kid and all that. Yeah. How was it be coached with them? How did he affect you as a player mentally?
As a player mentally, like he was the guy at first when I came to Pac that gave me like all the confidence in the world to be like, he knew he saw something in me that no one really else at the time did. So when I got there, he knew like I had talent, and he knew like I wanted to be the best player. I would go to every practice. I would come early. I would be there an hour and a half early, like practicing on my own. then I would go to practice and then practice with my team and then go home. And he noticed that, and he was like, he would always praise me and always tell me like I would be a big player, and like he would always like give me pitches and ideas of what I can do better in the games, and he really helped me a lot. In the year and a half I had him, like I think like I grew overall as a player the most I had like in the whole time I've been playing like on the field. That little span of time I had with him was like the most I grew like as a player, like in my mental and in my physical attributes of the game. And so I thank God for him coming into my life that early on in my career, because if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be like at the point where I am right now, because he trusted me with everything. He believed in that I had everything to go Division I. He, even when I was a freshman in high school, he would tell me like, I think you can go pro, like even though you're on the B team right now, like on the second team, I think you could go pro. Like I believe he had all the belief in me. And then on the last game of the season, he told me early that I was gonna get moved up to the ECNL, and he didn't tell me this before our game. We lost in the final of RCL, and I like right after the game, like I was hella mad because that was probably like my worst game of the year. But he had told me like I'd worked so hard for like the opportunities and like the things that the game has shown me, that like that one game alone, like he was like, he gave me so much respect for like all the hard work I put into that year, because I really wanted to be on ECNL. Like that summer I thought I was gonna get moved up, but then they put me on that team, and I was like, okay, like I'm gonna just show everybody like why they were wrong. And I balled out, and then that last game was probably like my worst game, but he gave me, like I was crying. I was like, I played so bad, like I've been playing so good this year, like I was scoring like hat trick game after game after game. And he's like, don't worry, like he gave me, like he told me everything on the field, like after the game. And I was like crying because I was like, I finally like made it to the point where I wanted to be. But I knew I wasn't done yet. Like I knew I wanted to progress even more into, like as a player, because like I've always felt like I've had a chip on my shoulder since I was little. Like I didn't start where everybody had a head start on me, and now I'm better than those people that had a head start on me.
See, that killer mentality, like you said, like just having to prove everybody wrong, that's right there. That's what keeps you at the top right there. And now I wanted to talk about you. Now you got at the top, you got with the ECNL team. How do you get confidence, apart from just like, yeah, you want to prove people wrong, but like just that confidence, just getting confident, you know, to what is it called, to like make any action, to even like being able to communicate with teammates, with people that you maybe never played with before, just what is it called, with a different coach and all. How did you get that confidence from the very start?
I was lucky enough that I knew most of those kids. I had been training with them. Like, I do the 3-team trainings with my team a week, and then I train once a week with them. Like just by myself. And I was lucky enough to where I played with like half of those kids, like in Mexican league and like indoor, like, but they knew me as a goalie. They didn't know me as a field player. And so I was lucky enough to have like friends on the team, and that were welcoming me with open arms onto the team, like, and knowing that like I'd worked hard to be on that team. Like I wasn't there just because of luck or like or anything, like any other attributes besides like I had the ability to play.
See, I want to know, what was it like, just what is it called, getting into like your first ever like actual season as what is it called, Pac ECNL player? Like you
at the wait, you can finish my
I'm so sorry. I mean, like you know, like you got there, like you've practiced with them and all, but like they ring you up to like, yeah, it's time to play that game. Did you start? Did you like, were you on the bench at first?
So going into that summer, the striker on the team, I'm not gonna say names because like he doesn't play anymore. But the striker on the team at the time, he had gotten seriously injured. He had gotten seriously injured, and so I had an open spot basically just to walk right into the team. And so I was like, I'm gonna make the best out of this opportunity. And I worked my ass off that summer, and then we went to Surf Cup that year. And I was like very nervous at to start playing. And then the first game I did really well. I didn't score, but like I did really well. And the next 2 games, I scored 2 in the second game and or in the third game, and in the second game I scored 1. And so like I felt like I was doing really well, and like as a kid, like, or just as a new kid on the team, everybody was like supporting me and like was like helping me push through that, like through that nervousness at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then once that summer ended, I was super comfortable with them, and I felt like I was on top of the world. Like I was playing like the best I have like ever at that point, going into sophomore year. And like by the time we ran around our first ECNL game,
yeah,
I was already like I wasn't really nervous anymore to play with them.
Yeah.
I knew like I was either one of the best or the best player on the team already by just playing. And maybe others think wrong, but when I walk on the field, no matter who's on that field, I always think I'm the best player there. And so I try my ass off and like to show everybody that like that's the reason why like I think I'm the best no matter where I am. And so it like when like our ECNL season had ended up like finishing, I had like 20 goals that year, had like a couple assists. I had balled out that year, and I was like I felt like I was on top of the world, and like I felt like I could do felt like soccer was like actually working out in my favor, and like all the hard work I had like actually started paying off, because I kept doing like I would keep training before my trainings, because my brother was on PAC up until like recently where he changed clubs. Yeah. But I was always, my mom would take us and I would always just train on my own on the pavilion field, just work on the things I felt like I needed to work on. Yeah. And so I felt like all that hard work was really paying off. And on the field it showed for it. Like I could see it, like, and people could see it too. They would tell me after the games that I'd played wonderful and I'd played amazing, like, and I felt like it was everything for me. Like I was like, damn, I can actually make something out of this.
Oh, nice. See, I want to ask, did you play high school?
I did.
Yeah. What high school did you play for?
I played for Hazen High School.
Oh, Hazen High School.
In Renton, yeah.
How was your high school, just like overall career? Like, how did you just like it, and how was the experience like alternating with club and high school?
So, out of the 3 years I played in high school,
okay,
I went to state twice, and 1 year we won 1 game.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. In 1 year you only won 1 game?
Yeah, and then the other 2 years I went to state, and I made it to the quarterfinals both times.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Nah, that's huge right there. How did you what did it take? What did it take when you talk about like you guys only like winning 1 game and all, but like just like how did it take as a team to go to state to 5 seasons at the games after games? Because it's one thing to play 3 days tournament, you fight 1 game, you get the next day, but it's one thing to like week in and week out to have to keep that same consistency. What did it take as a team to stay at the top?
So those 2 years I went to state were my freshman and my senior year. Okay. And I felt like with those 2 teams we were super close. Like maybe we didn't try that hard in practice, because I'll be honest, everybody knows in high school no one really tries that hard in practice. Everybody fucks around, like messes around.
That's facts right there.
And so but with those 2 teams we were all super close. Like my freshman year I was the only freshman on varsity. Okay. And the whole team was seniors. And so, but they like welcomed me with open arms. They were really close with me. They would take me everywhere because I had no car. So they would go out their way, like take me to practices, like take me to games, take me go buy food, and like we would like have like team parties, and like we would just like hang out together. They would always bring me along. They never like pushed me out. And so like I felt like my high school experience with them my freshman year was really, really warm and like happy. And then my senior year was the same thing, and I had learned from those people like to do the same thing and show like that, like I don't know how to like what word would be like to describe it, but like show like how like I feel for them, like the kids that were on varsity, because there was a couple on my senior year team from that were on as freshmen. They were on varsity. Yeah. So like I would take them places. I'd take them to home. I would take them to practices. Like when they had no rides, because they're young, they don't have their licenses quite yet. Yeah. And then
like express a certain like affection or love or something. Yeah, like actions.
I didn't want to leave them like left out, and I wanted to show them like I genuinely cared about the team. Because my senior year team, I felt like we could have won it all. Like the one game where we did lose, it was just like just not like God wasn't in our favor that game. But like fate wasn't in there on our side that game. But like that happens in soccer. Like
it'd be like that.
Yeah. And so like with my team, I was close with them. Like I always would hang out with them even if I didn't have that much time. Like I would try my hardest to like go like be with them, eat with them, take them places, do stuff with them in and out of school. So like I felt like that's the reason why we were so good, even though we might not have the talent or might not be like the like most trying hard team in practice or in games.
Chemistry,
but we had like chemistry to like where we wouldn't feel like the level would matter to that point. Like everyone had trust in one another.
I understand that. I understand how much like. First, I also understand the whole fate part where like, you know, I mean at times you like it could be that you're the better team, but you know it just wasn't meant to be and all. But I want to know what is it called about your time at Pack, because what is it called? That's kind of like what led you all to like this huge moment right now. But did you like at some point like felt like at some point throughout the years that you were at Pack that this was not the club, or what made it so special that you were like, that's the club I want to stay for?
So my sophomore year, I'd played so well. When we played Crossfire, this is one of the only years I've beaten Crossfire. We beat them twice that year. We beat their DA team.
They're good. Crossfire is too good.
They had a DA team at the time, and we beat them both times that year. And I played really well both times. I remember one game I scored like 2, and then the other one I had a goal. And so at the end of the year, I had gotten invited to be on their DA team right before tryouts. Yeah. And so I was like, because DA at the time was a higher level than boys ECNL. Is now they're, even though MLS Next at like younger ages, like where the academies are, it's like a lot better level. Like at the U19 level, it's kind of equal because like there's not as many MLS academies and like club teams at that age. But at boys ECNL and DA at the time for I don't know what it was, like U16.
I'm sorry, just like for everybody like watching, what's DA?
It was called Developmental Academy. It was basically what MLS Next was before COVID.
Okay, yeah.
So it was like MLS Next at the time, or like DA was the MLS Next at the time.
Understood. All right, thank you.
And so I felt like to get to closest level to Sounders, I felt like I DA, because they were in the same league, same conference and everything. And so I got invited, and I left Pack for like a month. Then COVID happened. Okay. And so DA had like completely disbanded. And then so like the league was like destroyed. Like it's not even a league anymore. Now it's MLS Next. And boys ECNL was still a thing, and Crossfire joined boys ECNL. Okay. And so I was like, why am I gonna move teams if they're gonna be in the same league now? And so I just I stayed at Pack, like, and I felt like maybe it was like the better choice for me, because now we're like practically the same level. But at the time it was like there was a lot more notice and eyes on the DA level or DA league, but now at the U19 and U17 level, it's like equal eyes. Like there's equal opportunities in both leagues to play pro and like go Division 1.
So what makes Pack as a club so special? Like that every player just wants to be there.
I feel like for me, it was the style that they play. Okay. And also like the coaches. The coaches were a big part because they stick to what they were. Like they stick true to what they were. Like there's not a coach at Pack that doesn't like to play like how Pack wants to play. But with Pack, we only like playing on the floor. Like we keep the ball. We want to play like Barca. Just pass, move.
So let me ask you about the coaches. You have a coach that like a few players, Connor, Pedro, Edgar, all talked about. I want to hear from you. You were coach, but like locally, everybody almost knows him. Pedro Milan. How many seasons were you coached with him by him?
I'd say like 2.25.
2.25.
Because my U17 year, I was also practicing with their U19 team.
Okay.
At like me and a couple players would practice with them. And so I felt like there was like 3 months where I would practice with them. So I was like kind of like on with him, but like not like totally yet. But I've been with him for a full 2 seasons now.
How'd you like being with Pedro?
Personally, me, I don't know what I watched their videos, but I didn't see their part to where that was. He's the best coach I've ever had. He's probably from the time where I got to U17 to now, I've grown so much in technique and like the ability to play, and I feel like he's the reason why I have so much confidence, because he always tells me that he's always very like vocal with me, even when I'm playing bad or I'm playing good. Like he tells me like what I need to be doing, what this, that. He gives me like the most trust in the world to be like with the ball. Like he like trusts me so much with it. And he tells me to when I see the opportunity to just go and just try anything that you feel like.
What's up? Okay, yeah. Honestly, don't worry about my camera. Like, yeah. So yeah, sorry. Please go ahead.
But like with him, like I feel like he's very vocal and like talks about like with me personally, like that I could be who I want and where I want to be. Like, and he always compliments me and always gives me confidence when I'm feeling low. Yeah. And like I as a person and as a coach, it's like I really do love him. Like I'm like I'm like not trying to sound weird, but like I do have love for that man.
No,
like,
totally.
Like I thank God for him coming into my life and like helping me with soccer and with colleges and like putting my name out there. And I really do like give glory to God that I met him at the time that I needed, because after COVID I've like everybody felt down, you know. Like everybody was like, bro, like what is this, like. And he like it was like the right time and like the right like place to where I met him. And like he changed like my life completely, I would say.
Bro, see, all y'all making me want to get coached by Pedro. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, I have a really good relationship with him, and I'm really, really close with him. Like he texted me like a couple days ago because I didn't go to practice. I felt really sore, and so I was like, he's like, why didn't you go? Like I was like, I just didn't feel that well, and he's like, okay, like take your time, like just let me know.
Now he's beautiful, like with the like connection with his players, bro.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like I think I saw him. It was last week, I think, at the ID camp. Yeah, I was at the ID camp. I think it was the second day for the games and all. I don't like talk to Pedro that much. I know Pedro. I say hi if you're there. And I think there's a moment like last season where we talked a bit more and all. I went to go see the game at the start of the season during the summer versus Crossfire, ECNL versus Crossfire. You know, at the in Redmond. When, yeah, like that's when like he like I was one of my buddies who go. He came to me. He's like, hey yo, we like you guys. If you guys don't have anything to do, come to the game. And he was explaining the whole connection with Pike and all and Crossfire, and it felt, I don't know, like it's something so small, something so silly. But last week I was at the ID camp, and then I was just walking off after one of my games, and then he's like, and he calls me like David, and then like he comes and like high five me, and like I don't know. Like it kind of like I don't know. Like, it was like damn, he even knows my name. Like that's special right there. But I want to know something, because something I don't know. I won't like. I never like understood the whole thing of it. Annex City.
Okay,
we gotta talk about Annex City.
So Annex City is not me. It's ran by my friend Jose. Or Pepe. That I call him. But I was always with him before he's gone now. He moved back to Mexico to seek opportunities playing pro. I was always with him. Like the last like I say from like January of 2023 up until like May when he moved away, I was with him like practically every day. And he was on my pack team last year with the ECNL with the 0304. And so I was always kicking with him. That's like one of my closest friends, like I'd say. But Annex City is just like a lifestyle. Like it's just like how you live, bro. Like, it's not like the Instagram is just shows like how you live. Like it's just a lifestyle. Like I don't know how to like give it off. Like but the way I would explain it to people is just like how you live your life. Like like you live at peace and freedom. You don't just like let life flow, you know?
Yeah, because it looked like you got like all those ballers in the one place, and then it's just so nice. Like you say, lifestyle. You have moments of you guys in tournaments and all that. Just moments with you guys at practice, games, showing highlights, or you guys supporting each other's, or even being indoor. I mean, I've looked at NXT. I was like, damn, I kind of want to be part of this.
Yeah. It's sad that he moved away, but. That like the time I had with Jose and like how we lived and like how we were, it was amazing. Like I was always training with them. We would always like we'd go kick it. We'd go always, me and him and my friend Marcos, we would always go to Buffalo. Cause they Buffalo Wild Wings, that's our spot. And or Dick's, either or. Yeah. But we would always go on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They have specials at Buffalo Wild Wings. So we'd always, after anything we do, like KPA or like the indoor, that is called KPA. If we played like pickup, if we went to just go train on our own, go practice, Buffalo right after.
Did he mean the end though?
Huh?
I'm sorry, you were saying Buffalo?
Buffalo Wild
right there, yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
No, I mean like, I wanted to just know like, did Jose moving or did meant the end of NXT?
Nah, it doesn't mean the end. I still live how I live without him. Like, I just let my life live. I go places. I go here. I go there. I do stuff out of soccer. I do soccer stuff all the time. Yeah. I'm just not with him, but he does the same thing, and I know it for a fact. Like he's always gonna be doing his own thing and like living his life to the fullest, playing soccer, doing stuff that he wants to do, recording it. And Annex will never go away. Even if he's gone, like, we're still going to go kick it with him at some points in time and, like, go see him. And eventually he'll come back. And so hopefully when he does come back, like, we can do, like, stuff and, like, record and whatnot and do all that stuff.
You want to play a quick game of quick fire?
What is that?
Okay. No, like, I'm just going to ask you a question. You have a couple seconds. You got to answer quickly. Okay? So, Ray, I just want to know real quickly. You have 5 seconds to tell me favorite teammates at Pack. 5.
Pedro, 3, Pepe, Favi, 2, and Kai.
Kai, okay, okay. What made your relationship so special
with those people? I feel like with Pedro and like Jose, I've known them for super long. Like Jose was on our rival team when I used to play on King United, and we would fight with him all the time. You can ask anybody. He would always be scrapping it up with his team for some reason. And so, and then we, grew out of that. And then, once we started, getting to know each other, it was just super fun. And, we could just reminisce on those moments and, talk about that stuff, you know?
Oh, that's beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you. We got to go to, the highlight, which is your commitment. How did it feel, first of all? What is it called? Just picking the school? What is it called at that moment? Because a lot of people tell me it was a weight lifted on the shoulder. Some tell me it was more weight put on the shoulder. How did you feel when you finally you committed, and then what is it called? Or even the process to committing, just choosing the school, like you were saying at the start, you had to pick the right school, the right place, or just the right place to commit.
To be honest, I don't think it was either a weight added or taken off. I feel like me committing was maybe more like a relief. I completed something I wanted to do for so long, but I'm not gonna stop just there yet, you know. And so there's not anything that's been taken on or off. I'm still gonna be working my ass off. I want to play pro, obviously. That's everybody's dream. But I'm gonna take it one step at a time and work my ass off and do all the things that are necessary to get to that level and place and time.
See, I want to know, how do you feel about just the whole challenge that's ahead? What is it called? Are you nervous about leaving home? Because now it's not no vacation. You go and then a couple of months you come back. This is pretty much kind of setting up camp or setting up life over there. How do you feel about leaving home?
I'm gonna be pretty sad. Yeah. Cause one of my things is my family, especially it's me at my house right now. It's me, my mom, my dad, and my little brother, and my dog. Yeah. And I love all of them with all my life. And so without them there, with me 24/7, it's gonna feel weird. But I know it's just a part of life. It's how life was gonna be. I knew that since the start. But it's gonna definitely take a little bit of time for me to like settle in. I'm not nervous about getting there. I'm just nervous about leaving Seattle.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm gonna be really sad when that time comes to like leave, because I literally leave next Friday at night.
Oh yeah. That's why we also said this thing like really quickly. Some people like you'll see me wearing the same clothes for like 2 episodes, but it's because we recorded 2 in one day. But yeah, you're leaving next week.
Yeah, I leave next Friday, and so like as days come closer and closer and closer, it's like fuck, bro. Like I'm gonna be leaving. like I'm not gonna live here anymore. I'm gonna be in a whole different place, like doing my own thing, like taking care of myself, being responsible for what I'm doing. Yeah. And so like it's something that I'm really scared of, like just leaving home. But like I know like that by time, like with time, it will fly by, and like I'll get used to it, and like the nervousness will go away.
What family member got you like, stay, Jason, stay?
My brother, my little brother.
Yeah.
Me and my little brother are hella close. Like, like it sounds weird, but he's probably like my best friend. Like
that's totally amazing.
Yeah, and like I think like that's the person I'm closest to with anybody. Yeah. Like it's my little brother. We have so much in common. Like, and I know he looks up to me, because he knows where I started off. He's been playing soccer longer on the field than I have.
Oh wow.
And so like he's looking up to me. He's like, wow, like he's done so much. Like I can do more. Like, and I put all my trust in the world that he's gonna become this one big player. Like, but I know it's gonna be. He's the one that was like, he's like already talking to me like, it's gonna be so sad when you leave. I'm like, I know, bro. Like it's, I know.
Like, it gotta happen.
Yeah, it has to happen at one point. Like, yeah. But like,
see, I want to go get more in depth on your future, but mostly by going through like you just giving yourself a message. If Jason was looking 5 years from now, and then you wanted to tell Jason something that he wanted to hear, like you wanted the self to hear from 5 years now, or you just like wanted to know a place where Jason was for 5 years now, what would you tell yourself by looking at that camera right there?
Okay, so hello Jason, 5 years from now, I just want to tell you that nothing is impossible. You already beat the doubts, you already beat the odds already by starting so late in soccer, and you're already making it so far already. Just keep trying, even if you're at your lowest or at your highest. Just keep trying your hardest, like, and give the belief in God that everything will happen in your favor. And just don't give up on whatever you want to seek or dream of. And yeah,
that's beautiful, bro.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. I'm really excited to see what you do.
Yeah, thank you.
I felt, bro, I'm gonna have so many games to watch this whole fall because of all the people like just coming on the podcast and all. But like I that's something I was doing a lot, was watching college soccer and all, and I'm definitely gonna be following it to see what you have next. Yeah, like I said, I've seen you play, I've seen you ball out. You're an amazing player, and for me it was great to just have this sit down, because now I get to like know you more as a person, because that's really like the whole idea of how I want things to run, is have people know who these athletes are beyond just what they do kicking a ball, like know their story, know who they are, just as a person, what shaped you, your mentality facing challenges and all that. And it's so beautiful to hear from you, because not only they're learning, I'm learning all the time. I'm learning just from like something that you said at the start, where you said it doesn't matter who's on the field, it doesn't matter what team you're playing against, you tell yourself you're the best player out there. That's beautiful right there. That's mentality. People
think it's cockiness. Like I was saying it yesterday. I was kicking it with Pedro. We were over there. He's like, "You're the cockiest motherfucker I know." I was like, "Bro, that's just not cockiness, bro. That's just belief, bro. I have belief in myself that I'm better than anybody. Like no matter where I am or where I stand, like I will always I have that belief in myself, because like since I've always had that belief, I've always been able to overachieve, overachieve.
That's beautiful right there. Hey, before we end, would you like to say anything? Have something off your chest? The stage is yours, bro.
I'd like to thank God for this opportunity and to talk about my story. And I want to give like thanks to my family and my brother and my whoever has doubted me or given me the support, because they see me now and they're like, wow, like he's done a lot. And so I give glory to everybody that's been on my journey and whatnot, and giving me the support or doubt of where I want to be and where I want to be next. And yeah.
Thank you, bro. That's beautiful right there. I also want to thank people. I want to thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching the show. Thank you guys for just being here. Fun fact: I don't, I don't watch the show.
You don't watch it? You don't watch the episodes?
Last episode I watched was episode 2.
Jesus.
Thing is, okay. This reality is, I record the show. I'm on the show. I know whatever is happening on the show. Okay. Mm-hmm. Most of all, too, I go ahead. Is anything wrong? Yeah. Is there anything else? Like I edit the video. Mm-hmm. I think the first time I ever edited, it took me 26 hours to edit. Jesus. I don't think people realize. The thing is, like that day, it was Pedro's video. Mm-hmm. Pedro's video, I edited. The thing is, we didn't record like we usually recorded. There was so many things that had to be fixed. It took me and if you like really look into the detail, you can see how crappy that episode was because I edited. It was my first time. It took me 26 hours. I started editing it like at 9 p.m. on a Monday, and then I stayed up all night. And then at 6 a.m. my brother knocks on my door. I had to take him to school, and he finds me still on my desk editing. I take him to school, I come back, and I skip editing, and I had to post so that a video could export. I come back, and then the next time again, I start editing up until I started, I think, at 8 p.m. and I started editing up until like 3 a.m. That was like the final product. 3 a.m. and then I exported. Like, it takes me a lot of time to edit. But the main reason I just don't watch the show is because I don't like looking at my ugly ass and listening to my voice. I hate doing that. But yeah, episode 2 I rewatched it a lot because it was my favorite episode. We had so much fun with the crew last time. It was so fun. But what is it called? I don't do this for the views. I don't do this for like the what is it called, the comments. Like, I just like doing this because I like enjoying like hearing your stories. What is it called, putting your stories out there. Still this day I couldn't tell you how much views like all the videos have because I really don't check. I don't watch, I don't check it. Once the video is out there, it's out there. I'm just like glad it's out there. Some like people will tell me like this was a bit, or like some people tell me, oh, this video was like maybe what they call the best video you've taken out. Yeah, I had a buddy of mine, we've been like buddy, like he's my teammate, but like he was like, oh, this is the only good video you've made. But I really enjoy just making these. I enjoy all of you guys watching. I'm so thankful. I'm always like, what is it called, on social media, just watching all your comments, just watching everything. I know every people that follow the podcast. Like, if you follow the podcast on IG, I look at your name. I'm like, okay, I've seen this guy and all that. And I'm so thankful for you guys, the guests that come on the show. Be like I told you at the start, I care so much for all the guests that come on the show. There's no gun on my head who's telling me like, yo, don't put this guy on the show or put this guy on the show. No, I choose who I pick on the show. I reach out to all of you guys. By the way, check your Instagram requests. I've been on deliver for like 3 months with this one girl, bro. But
that's hella funny, bro. It's whatever it takes, bro. It's just like whatever you need to do to get what you want to get done. It needs to be done, you know. Exactly. Maybe that person sees that in like 5 months and they're like, damn, like
the opportunity was there. I even like, the reality is like I had a studio and the studio's gone. Right now I'm not recording in my studio, but like it like you say, it's whatever has to be done. Like like I think one of the worst and the most devastating one of the hardest moment I've had in the past like times or past even years was when we lost the studio. Oh man, like my heart was broken. Like when we lost the studio, I also like felt alone, because I felt alone not only physically. I was alone in the room when everything was said and done. I was alone mentally. I was alone just overall, and it broke my heart. I was heartbroken. I was lost. I honestly, I almost thought like the show was done. Like just losing the studio kind of like put us back to zero, and then now we're just trying to get back to our feet, and like you say, whatever has to be done.
Yeah, I feel like nothing is like there's always a reason. There's always a purpose as to why certain things happen.
Yeah.
And it's all about, it's like it all happens on the journey, you know. Like everybody's purpose and views or this and that are different, but everything has a purpose. And so it might be for the better, it might be for the worse, but there's always a purpose as to certain things as to why they were happening.
Exactly. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Nah, really, grateful that you're here. Thank you for watching again. I want to thank my amazing crew. I want to thank Armin. You want to say hi, Armin? Nah, but he's just like Rajan. Rajan is out in vacation. But Rajan, I'm gonna call you out. He's out in vacation. He's out of the country on vacation, so he's chilling. And I have his cousin right here helping me out. I want to thank Armin. What's your name? Amrith. Yeah. I want to thank Amrith for being here. He's being our little assistant. You know, I should be arrested because this isn't paid labor. but thank you to everyone. IOF will see you whenever we see you. And that's a wrap. All right. Oh, yeah. Stop.